one of the most important topics. So this is regarding the loss of energy or loss of pressure head during the pipe flow, which is considered to be major head loss or major energy loss in pipe flow. So there are two types of losses, major loss and minor loss. Today we are talking about major loss. So major energy loss means loss of pressure head due to friction, loss of head due to friction, loss of pressure head or say energy head due to friction. That is considered to be the major loss in pipe flow. And how do we find out that? That is from Darcy-Weisbach equation. See, I have written here Darcy-Weisbach equation, contribution from two researchers, two scientists, Darcy and Weisbach. And this is also called Darcy's equation. Darcy's equation for loss of pressure head due to friction or major loss in pipe. It's called a semi-empirical equation. So that means it is partly analytical and partly experimental. So an equation which is framed and then validated by experiment. So such an equation is called empirical equation. നമ്മൾ അനലിറ്റിക്കലി പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അനലിറ്റിക്കൽ ഇക്വേഷൻ എന്നാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. ദിസ് ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി എ സെമി ടൈപ്പ് ഇൻ ദ സെൻസ് partly analytical and partly experimental. Okay, so please understand this carefully. And even from exam point of view, this is a common question for most of the examinations. And the last class we derived another equation, pressure head loss in pipe flow, but that is applicable for viscous flow. But this one is applicable for viscous as well as non-viscous, general equation applicable for turbulent flow. Okay, it can be used for laminar flow, but we use a term called coefficient of friction. Later on we will introduce Darcy's coefficient of friction. So the value of coefficient of friction for laminar flow we must apply. Then this equation is applicable to laminar flow also. So it's a general equation. So please understand this. And in order to derive this, first of all, this is the framework, a schematic diagram for you. And we have a long, let us say, horizontal pipe. And it is, we are considering a certain length of pipe flow. So a liquid is flowing through the pipeline. We have two sections, 1-1 and 2-2. And the distance between the two sections, see, that is marked as the length of this one. See, I hope you can see the mouse now. So the length of the pipeline between the two sections is under consideration. Section 1, the pressure is P1, and section 2, the pressure is P2. See the direction of indication of pressure. The pressure is always, it's compressive in nature. It is acting on the section. Say F, total frictional resistance. Let me represent it as FR. So frictional resistance in the case of pipe flow is found to be proportional to. So proportional to several factors, and those factors we are going to list one by one. But this is from where did you get it? This is obtained from experimental observations. Experimental observations or experimental investigations and the conclusions. Experimental observations and conclusions made by the past researchers in this area. So from that we could understand that the total frictional resistance in a pipe flow is found to be proportional to 1, the length of the pipeline, length of pipe. So more length means more frictional resistance. Okay, so length of pipe, which here we want to designate as L. And then number 2, the wetted perimeter. See, wetted perimeter. So that means when flow takes place through a pipe, that the perimeter of the pipe, perimeter of the pipe, you know, the cross section, that is in contact with the liquid. So that's why we call it wet perimeter. Wet perimeter. And if the pipe is running full, if wetted perimeter we want to designate by the letter say P. Okay, but don't misjudge. This is not pressure. It is wetted perimeter. Okay. capital P I'm writing, whereas the pressure at section 1 is small p1, pressure at section 2 is small p2. If the flow fills the pipe entirely, that's the meaning of the statement if the pipe is running full. Then in that case, wetted perimeter is equal to 2 pi r, or if the diameter is d, then it will be pi d. Okay, so the frictional resistance is proportional to length of the pipe L, wetted perimeter P, and then the velocity of flow. So velocity, see that is actually we can say nth power, not linear power. So that's why we say v raised to. So nth power of velocity of flow. Average velocity of flow എടുത്തിട്ട് v എടുത്തിട്ട് അതിന്റെ raised to some index എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ v raised to n എന്ന് എഴുതാൻ പോവാ. And then again you may ask, what is this n? So n is an index that is dependent on the nature of the flow, the nature of the pipe material, and the nature of the pipe surface. Okay, so we are going to use the value now v square. Okay, so mathematically this FR, what is FR? Total frictional resistance which the flow confronts with or flow faces. So FR, or experienced by the flow. So total frictional resistance experienced by the flow is directly proportional to what is it? Length, wetted perimeter P, then the length of the pipe L, and velocity some index. And we are now considering the flow through general cases. For general cases of pipe flow like turbulence and all, general case it is PL v raised to n, so that becomes v square. Okay, mathematically FR is equal to some constant. So that constant, let me put it f dash. So some f dash, then f dash into PL v square. Right, so f dash is a constant. So now let this be equation number 1. It's a very simple derivation. Please try to understand it carefully. So total frictional resistance experienced by the flow through the pipe is summarized in this manner, but we didn't prove it analytically, but we got the certain observations and conclusions made by the past researchers on this. So total frictional resistance, they found it to be proportional to the wetted perimeter, proportional to the length of the pipe, proportional to the square of the velocity for generalized case of flow. Okay, so FR is proportional to PL v square. P is the wetted perimeter, L length of the pipe, V is the flow velocity. When the flow proceeds through this constant diameter pipe, definitely the pressure has to drop. So it's because of this frictional resistance and ultimately the energy loss. But in the case of ideal flow, there is no energy loss. But in the case of actual flow, we know that the head loss will happen. So the pressure at the second section will be less than the pressure at the first section. Okay, so if you make a force balance, the difference in pressure force that actually is utilized, or even this is due to the total frictional resistance. So difference in pressure force is used to overcome the total frictional resistance. So the difference in pressure force is what is it? P1A at section 1, P2A at section 2, and you know that your P1 is going to be greater than P2. The pressure drops during the flow, real flows. So P1A minus P2A is the difference in pressure force. This is used to balance the total frictional force. What is that? Total frictional force is FR, a constant f dash, then into P into L V square from equation number 1. And P1A minus P2A. So you can take A common, so P, so that this left hand side you can write P1 minus P2 into A. That is equal to f dash PL V square. F dash is a constant. Okay, then what is the pressure difference? P1 minus P2. So take A to the other side. So take the area of the pipe to the other side, and of course you know that your area in this case, if the diameter is small d, it is pi by 4 d square. So P1 minus P2 here is equal to, what is that? F dash, then P, divided by let's say A. We remember this right hand side we have a P, that is wetted perimeter. So P by A L V square. Okay, is the pressure loss. Pressure loss, or you can say pressure drop. Pressure drop is P1 minus P2. But if you want to write that as pressure head drop, so pressure head drop between the two sections 1 and 2, if you want, drop means, remember, it is loss. That's ultimately, that's what we want to find out. So you divide both sides. You divide both sides by rho g, because the pressure intensity divided by rho g will be the head H. H is equal to P by rho g. Divided by rho g is equal to, now F dash, see, be very careful in using various terms on the right hand side. What I'm going to do is, first I'll write F dash divided by rho g. And then what remains is on the right hand side P by A into LV square. See, as I told you earlier, if the pipe is running full, now P is equal to wetted perimeter. Remember, it's not pressure. So wetted perimeter, in the previous slide I have written that wetted perimeter, if the pipe is running full, so P is equal to pi circumference of the pipe, pi into D, okay, or 2 pi R. So let's write into, if you write A by P, area by wetted perimeter, then you'll get D by 4. Otherwise, now you get 4 by D. And if you write area by wetted perimeter, that is an important term that is actually called hydraulic mean depth or hydraulic diameter, hydraulic mean depth. Okay, that's a technical term. That is what is that? A by P, area of cross section by wetted perimeter. Okay, in this case, it is a reciprocal. So now I want to summarize all these things. Now F dash by rho into G, then P by A. P by A is 4 by D, then L V square. Please listen to me carefully, and then how you are going to make it in a very compact form. So now we will do that. P1 minus P2 by rho G, that is actually the term we are searching for. What is that? Pressure. See, this is the head loss due to friction. Pressure head loss. That is HF. Listen to me carefully. This HF ultimately we require. That is equal to, see what I'm going to do is, so I write F dash, then divided by rho, and then I want to club this acceleration due to gravity with the other term. I mean, other part, the part in the sense what? 4 L V square divided by G and D. Trying to multiply both sides, both numerator and denominator of the right hand side by 2. Okay, so I'll multiply by 2. I'll put a 2 in front of this C2F dash, and then here I will write 2. This part, that is now replaced by a term F. So F, then into what remains is 4L V square divided by 2GD. Don't try to cancel 4 and 2 now, because that is there for a special purpose. So 4L V square by 2GD. And where this F is called, now we introduce now, we introduced F. What is that? F is equal to your 2F dash divided by rho. And this is actually Darcy's coefficient of friction. Darcy's coefficient of friction. And it is actually a non-dimensional constant that has no unit, and the value of which obviously, just like F dash I told you earlier, the value of on the nature of flow, the nature of the pipe material, and the pipe roughness. HF is equal to, you can write 4FL V square by 2GD, an equation which is extremely useful for piping engineers. Okay, so the pressure head loss in pipe flow in a generalized case can be found out by using this equation. And this equation is known as Darcy's equation. It is also known as Darcy-Weisbach equation. Don't forget, it is used for finding the loss of head due to friction in pipe flow. So FFLV square divided by 2GD. This is a more popular form. This is a more popular form. You should know both. What essentially is the difference? So FF, FF is equal to 4 times coefficient of friction, and this FF is friction factor. More popular, Darcy's friction factor. So please do remember all these technical terms. try to compare Hagen-Poiseuille's equation for viscous flow. See, for viscous flow or laminar flow applications. So for viscous flow, your HL, so head loss, we found, so we use what? Hagen, that is also contribution by two scientists. So Hagen-Poiseuille's equation for loss of head in viscous flow through pipe. So 32 mu U bar L, the length, by rho G, then diameter square. See, diameter square, there we use the letter capital D actually. Now, just I want to make a small letter D in order to compare these two. See this? So we are going to compare these two equations. So in the case of viscous flow, there is, the head loss is proportional to the velocity, not velocity square. So it is U bar is the velocity. See, now this U bar is same as V over there, and this is average velocity. Okay, now we can try to compare this one now, average velocity, and I will try to modify this now slightly by incorporating small v instead of U bar. Anyway, both are average velocity. So what I'm going to do is, see this HL, so head loss or head loss due to viscous resistance. In fact, that is also fluid friction. So head loss, that is equal to, in viscous flow, Hagen-Poiseuille's equation, and that can be written as 32 mu U bar. Instead of that, I'll take V as, I'm taking V as the average velocity. Even in 4FL V square by 2GD, that Darcy's equation, V is the average velocity of flow. So 32 mu VL divided by rho G D square. And this one, this equation, so now I'm going to write as 5. This is nothing but the very same what? Hagen-Poiseuille. This is a very same equation. Okay. And why we are doing this now? We want to get an expression for the Darcy's coefficient of friction applicable for laminar flow. So maybe in examinations, you may be asked to find out the Darcy's coefficient of friction for laminar flow. So we are going to equate this. So once you equate this, what you're going to get, the right hand side will be equal. Right hand side will be what? 4FL V square divided by 2GD, and that is equal to 32 mu, then V, then L divided by rho G D square. See this. Now we have to get the value of F. For F, what F, you transpose the other terms, other variables here to the right hand side. So 4FL V square, 4L V square and 2GD to the other side. So what you get? So 32 into 264 by 4. So it will become, what is that? 16. And definitely mu is there. Then one velocity. See the velocity here, the velocity part V, and here you have V square. So one V will be remaining in the denominator. And the length will be cancelled. See the length here and the length here will be cancelled. And one diameter also D square and D. So from denominator, one diameter can be removed. What you can do now, some improvisation you will do. What is that? 16 multiplied by, this term, if you collect it, this is familiar to you. Mu divided by rho V D. And this is, this one, you're familiar with this. This is the reciprocal of Reynolds number. Okay. So this is 1 by Re now. So 16 divided by Reynolds number. See, very important. 16 divided by Reynolds number. This is Darcy's friction coefficient applicable for viscous flow or laminar flow. So for viscous flow applications, you can very well use Darcy's equation for loss of head due to friction. But only thing is that the Darcy's friction coefficient or Darcy's coefficient of friction, that value must be, adequate one. Adequate in the sense, for viscous flow, that F should be 16 divided by Re. So Darcy's friction factor is 4 times Darcy's friction coefficient. Okay. So then FF for the laminar flow will be what? FF for laminar flow, F suffix F it is, okay. That is equal to 4 times F. So 4 times 16 by Re, the one equation which we just now we found out. very important one, this equation. So this will become 64 by Re. So if you want to straight away want the value of Darcy's friction factor for laminar flow applications, for laminar flow through pipes, then you can use FF is equal to 64 by Re, and then your HF equation will be what? FF LV square, V is the average velocity of flow, by 2GD, FLV square by 2GD. This is Darcy's equation incorporating Darcy's friction factor. Or otherwise, what is that equation? Or HF is equal to, please do remember these two. For after this class, please keep these ideas in mind. These equations are extremely important for us to proceed further. So it is 4FLV square divided by 2GD. So this has got immense applications, as I told you in the beginning. See, what we are going to do is we have another equation known as Chessy's equation, and sometimes you may be asked to obtain Chessy's equation, and in that case also we will be following the same derivation in the same order, same schematic diagram of the pipe, and up to this it is same. So please take a note of this much. And now we will proceed with the remaining part. For the remaining part, there will be difference in the derivation. So that is called Chessy's equation. And what I'm going to do today is, after within another 5 or 10 minutes maximum, we will complete Chessy's. But this can be used for open channel flows also, Chessy's equation. Okay, but with what kind of modification, that I will tell you. That, see, I don't want to repeat the same, but just rewrite that equation over here. That is what we got is P1 minus P2 divided by rho G, and that is equal to, so that is this is the equation. See this? See, please understand, this is the equation. P1 minus P2 by rho G is equal to F dash by rho G into P by A LV square. Okay, so I want to start from here. For the pipe running full, this M is equal to, see, M is hydraulic mean depth. So M, or hydraulic radius, that M is equal to A by P, and which is equal to, area is pi by 4 D square, then divided by the wetted perimeter is pi D by 4. Okay, so this M, hydraulic mean radius or hydraulic mean depth of pipe will be equal to, say, this is equal to D by 4. So please understand, M is equal to D by 4 for the pipe. But remember, this is the case when the pipe is running full. Okay, HF is equal to F dash by rho G. That's a constant part. See, I'm just separating it out. F dash by rho G. Then into P by A. P by A now we got, that is A by P is hydraulic mean radius M. So P by A will be 1 by M. 1 by M. Remember, M is small m is hydraulic mean depth or hydraulic radius. Okay, then into L into velocity square. See, now what I'm going to do is I'm taking L to the left hand side. L, length of the pipe, to the left hand side. So it will become HF divided by L. See, HF divided by L, and that is equal to, and F dash divided by rho G, that's a constant part. So let it be there. So we will replace it by Chessy's constant later on. So that I will tell you. Okay, now, so what remains on this side is, see, V square. L we have already taken to the left side. So what remains on the right hand side is V square divided by that M. So that M will remain, right? M is hydraulic mean depth. Okay. HF is what? Head loss due to friction, and divided by L is the length of the pipe. So this is head loss due to frictional head loss per unit length. So HF by L is frictional head loss per unit length. Frictional head loss per unit length, HF by L. So that is now is going to be represented by letter small I. See, please understand, small letter I. So HF by L, frictional head loss per unit length of the pipe, is represented by I. HF is in meters, length of the pipe is also in meters. Therefore, HF by L, which is equal to I, this is now dimensionless. Dimensionless, so it has no unit because HF, unit of HF and L are going to be the same. Okay, so it is HF by L is equal to I. So now we are going to replace this one, HF by L, to this left hand side. So this part, this HF by L, I'm going to replace it by the letter I. Okay, so F dash divided by rho G, that's a constant part, this, and multiplied by V square by M. M is the hydraulic mean depth. Okay, just I'll retain V square on one side and the other terms I'll take to the left hand side. So 1 divided by that, you take it to the other side. So it is rho G by F. So 1 divided by that, that's why I have written. Okay, anyway, so this is going to be that part, that constant part is now the Chassis constant C. And we are not going to use the root of 1 by F dash or rho G by F dash. So we are not going to use it anymore, but let it be. So that C, the letter C, let me write it for the sake of completeness. So divided by, that is rho into G divided by your F dash, let it be. Okay, so this part is important for us. Remember, Chassis constant C. Okay, usually while solving numerical problems, Chassis constant will be provided to you for a particular pipe material and the nature of it all depends on the nature of the pipe surface and pipe roughness, let's say, and the nature of pipe material. So V is equal to C root of Mi, and finally we arrived at the required expression. See the Chassis equation, even this is applicable for open channel flow also, provided you use a suitable hydraulic mean depth. So Chassis equation for finding loss of head due to friction. Loss of head due to friction. പക്ഷേ ഈ ഇക്വേഷനിൽ അതെവിടെയാണ് ഈ ലോസ് ഓഫ് ഹെഡ് HF എവിടെയാണെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ V is equal to എന്താണ് C into root of Mi. This is the equation. So this is the one you have to keep in mind. Okay, V is equal to C root of Mi. What is V? Average velocity of flow through the pipe. And C is Chassis constant. M is the hydraulic mean depth or hydraulic radius. For a circular pipe which is running full, M is equal to D by 4 for a pipe. See, for pipe flow. So for pipe flow, and in particular pipe running full, this M is equal to, so please do remember this aspect because we are dealing with pipe flow. This equation can be used for open channel flows also. Okay, not necessarily be closed conduit flow like pipe flow. Okay, so the M is equal to D by 4. And I is equal to, see actually the head loss due to friction is embedded in this term I. So I is equal to head loss due to friction per unit length. This you should remember because adinu venam namukku HF kandupidikan. Equation parayumbo equation simple, V is equal to C root of Mi enne parayullu, and M is equal to D by 4 for the pipes running full, and I ennu paranjal frictional head loss per unit length. Adu orthirikkanam, head loss, frictional head loss per unit length of the pipe. Unit length of the pipe. Okay, now we are in a position to solve a numerical problem. Length of the pipe. Okay. Okay, now we will consider a question from our KTU examination. Relatively a simpler one, but this one, you know, Darcy's formula, Chassis formula we have to use. Find the head loss due to friction. So നമുക്ക് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത് ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിൽ എന്താണ് വേണ്ടത്? Head loss due to friction. That is considered to be major loss in pipes. So head loss due to friction, and we can write HF. Okay, HF. So ഇതാ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത്, കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത്. And then the given data. So we have the pipe diameter. So we have pipe dia, say small d, 250 mm, and that is 0.25 meter. 0.25 meter. And then water is flowing at a velocity V. So we will assume that that is average velocity of flow. Whatever is given, that is to be taken as average velocity of flow. Please listen to me carefully. It's a very simple question. Once you have the concept clear, then you can solve any type of questions from this topic. Average velocity of flow V, that is equal to 3 meter per second, that is given. And then we have to use Darcy's equation and Chessie's equation to find out the head loss due to friction. And the kinematic viscosity is available now. Viscosity nu is equal to 0.1 stoke. Stoke is actually CGS unit. We will convert that into our SI unit, meter square per second. So we'll convert that. Okay. Chessie's constant is given. Chessie's equation we have to use. So for that purpose, Chessie's constant C, that is equal, that's to be taken as 55, value of Reynolds number. So Reynolds number RE. So how do you find out? It is rho into velocity V into diameter D divided by mu. What is mu? Absolute viscosity. Whereas nu is the kinematic viscosity or dynamic viscosity or absolute viscosity. Dynamic viscosity is mu. Important thing is mu divided by rho. If you take mu divided by rho, that is actually nu, kinematic viscosity. See here, from the Reynolds number expression, see what you can get. See, okay, so Vd by nu എന്ന് വരും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ relation എനിക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ Reynolds number I can represent in terms of kinematic viscosity. അത് Vd by nu. ഇപ്പോൾ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും kinematic viscosity നേരിട്ട് തരികയാണെങ്കിൽ you can make use of this rather than introducing density and mu. So now you find out Reynolds number and then tell me the value now. See ഈ question Reynolds number of flow. So we'll find out. ഏത് ഉപയോഗിക്കും? Velocity V multiplied by diameter divided by kinematic viscosity. Purposefully we avoided dynamic viscosity and mass density. So Vd by nu. So substitute that. Velocity is 3. Then the diameter of the pipe is 250 mm. That is 0.25 divided by. Then kinematic viscosity nu. What is given? Kinematic viscosity the given is 0.1 stoke. Okay, but we need to convert that into SI unit. 0.1 stoke. Okay, so this is stoke. Okay, STOKE stoke, and that is equal to 0.1 stoke means what? Centimeter square per second, and SI unit is meter square per second. How do you convert centimeter square into meter per second? You divide it by. So divide this by 10 raised to 4, 10,000, because 1 meter square per second is 10,000 centimeter square per second. So 0.1 divided by 10 raised to 4. So it will, after all, it will become 10 raised to minus 4. So that much meter square per second. Now the kinematic viscosity, that is in SI unit now. So this is SI unit. So we convert it now. And that we will substitute over here. So Reynolds number is 75,000. Obviously for pipe flow, so for pipe flow, Reynolds number greater than 4,000, represent what type of flow? Represent turbulent flow. Okay, so this is turbulent flow. So we can make use of Darcy's equation. F is equal to Darcy's coefficient of friction. But the problem is here it is not available in the question. And I will tell you, for turbulent applications and a very good approximation, there are many correlations given by the researchers for Darcy's coefficient of friction. For turbulent flow, hereafter, for turbulent flow through pipes, for turbulent flow applications, so I'll give you an important correlation which you try to memorize. For turbulent flow applications, this F can be taken as 0.001 0791 divided by Reynolds number raised to 0.25. See this? Such a correlation, you please try to recollect, because only when you know this value, you can calculate F. This is a very important correlation. If you want directly the friction factor, then 4 times this one. So if you multiply this number by 4, then you will get friction factor 4F directly. So this value is actually 0.000478 എന്നങ്ങ് വേണേ റൗണ്ട് ചെയ്യാം എനിക്ക്. So F is this one. And ഇത് important ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സ്റ്റെപ്പാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പൊ ചെയ്തത്. Now we can calculate by using Darcy's equation. So this is Darcy's formula. നമ്മളോട് ആദ്യം പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന അത് തന്നെയാണ്. Use Darcy's formula or Darcy-Weisbach equation to calculate HF. So HF is equal to, so please calculate fast and give me the value. 4 into 4F, F is 0.00478. Then into length of the pipe, see it's given. For a length of 60 meters, 60 meter flow കഴിയുമ്പോൾ എത്രത്തോളം pressure head loss ഉണ്ടെന്നാണ് evaluate ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. So for FL is 60, then V square, average velocity of flow is 3 the square, then divided by 2 GD, 2 into 9.81 into the diameter is 0.25. So please calculate and let me know. This is the answer actually. Answer to one part.
2.10, sir.
2.10. അടുത്ത ഡിജിറ്റ് എത്ര? 7
1077.
Okay. So 77. Let's say 8. So that much meters of. See, this is water is flowing. See, it's given. Water flows through the pipeline, right? See, which water is flowing with the velocity of 3 meters per second. Here the liquid is that. So HF will be in terms of meters of water. Meters of water. So remember. So this is the answer to the first part. The second part of the question is calculate HF. HF you calculate by Chessie's equation. That's very simple. So please bear with me for a minute. So HF by Chessie's equation. So that also we will complete. So it's very simple one. HF is equal to, see, how do you do that? In the equation under V is equal to C into root of Mi. And M is equal to, for the pipe running full, it is D by 4. M is equal to D by 4 for the pipe running full. So D is equal to 0.25. Okay. So you can calculate and give me the values also so that we can proceed fast and complete it. And then wind up. So 0.25 meter divided by 4. എത്ര വരും?
0.0625.
Okay, that much meters. Okay. So please listen to me. M. ഇനി I എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആക്ച്വലി I ആണ് ശരിക്കും കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത് ഇവിടുത്തെ ഹീറോ. HF by L ആണത്. HF I എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് HF divided by L എന്നാണ്. ആദ്യം I നമുക്ക് ഇവാലുവേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം എന്തോ ആണെന്ന്. അപ്പൊ ഈ ഇക്വേഷൻ ഒന്ന് സ്ക്വയർ ചെയ്യുക. സോ ഇത് കിട്ടിയ ഉടനെ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് നമ്മൾ കോമ്പാക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞതേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ Chessie's equation. Chessie's equation എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് V is equal to C root of Mi എന്നുള്ളത് ഓർത്തിരിക്കണം. And we will not spend another class for this. So squaring both sides. So what you can get is V square is equal to C square, Chessie square into Chessie's constant square into M into I. So you can get rid of the radical M into I. And it is given in the problem C is equal to 55. C is equal to 55. That is given in the question. Chessie's constant is given. So what is velocity? That is velocity V is equal to 3 meters per second, average velocity. So 3 square is 9. Chessie's constant is 55, that's square. Then into M is equal to 0.0625, okay, into I. So please tell me what is the value of I. I is equal to 9 divided by this 55 square and into 0.0625. Okay, this is I. So what is the value of I?
0.0476.
0.04, right? 0476. Okay, whatever. Then I is this one. See, what is I actually? I is equal to HF divided by L. So HF by L. So that is equal to HF by L, and HF നമുക്ക് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. Then length is 60 meters. Here the length is 60 meters. Okay, so we'll wind up now. HF is equal to HF എങ്ങനെയാ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക? 60 into I. So simply you take the product. That's all. So that will be the answer. 60 into 0.0476. Now it has got a dimension, meters of flowing fluid. So HF. So this is the answer for HF by using that much meters of water. So please tell me the value of HF. This is by Chessie's formula.
2.8. 2.85.
2.85. 65 or something, whatever. 6 of. 61. Okay. Very good. 2. Thank you. 2.856 meters of water. This is by Chessie's formula. That's all. So നമ്മൾ ഇത് രണ്ടും കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു. ഇതൊരു 10 mark question ആണ് KTU recent examination. It's a very simple one. Okay, Chessie's equation we found out. See the disparity. HF Darcy's equation വഴി കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചപ്പോൾ 2.108 meters ആണ്. ഇവിടെ Chessie's equation വഴി അതേ quantity കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചപ്പോൾ 2.856 meters of water. ഇങ്ങനെയാ കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. Usually Darcy's equation is very prominent in finding head loss due to friction. That is considered to be a major energy loss in pipe. Okay, thank you.